Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to whatever time zone you are in. I hope everybody is doing well, better than me. Was all ready to go. I got some new Pokemon cards, and I dropped the whole case, and they all went all over the floor. So that's why I was late, trying to pick up Pokemon cards. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. So, hope everybody's well. I say hi to everybody. Didn't really know what to do. Didn't want to cover any news per se. We'll do the Twitter drops this evening. Thanks, X Comer, for letting me know that there was more from Matt Taibbi. We'll definitely look at those, and Val and I will likely be doing them this evening. So let's get into it. Today we're going to do bonus science. Dance Biker Dance posed another question to me, so I thought we'd answer that about dimensions. And it kind of fit in with time dilation and the video that I saw recently. So we'll watch that video, comment, make transformative content out of it. Definitely not copyrighted at all. Not even a little bit. So that's the plan for today. Andrea, good to see you. Stopping by. The mightiest of all the meats. What's up, X Comer? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I saw them, so we'll get into them this evening, like I said. I can't wait. Like, the Russiagate and again, it's more stuff that we knew was going on, more stuff that we knew wasn't true, but it's good to see it in black and white right in front of you. Got my popcorn, brother. Extra butter, movie theater style. Leave a stain on your pants, so much butter. Because it's leaking out the bottom of the bowl. It's happened more than once. Absolutely. Just detonate a small tactical nuke and let me know. If you guys would prefer, I could even do them now. I don't want to steal Val's thunder. I don't know if he's in the chat. We also have no GOAT news. So I could do Taibbi drops as they're live. I'd prefer to do this topic because it's relevant in my mind, but I'll throw it to a vote. This is a constitutional republic. Hang on, I can't do 3 things at once. Hang on. Axe my community. There we go. So we'll do that while we're saying hi. What's up, Impish? Of course, I always miss you. I always miss all of you. You guys are great people, and I enjoy hanging out and spending time with you. If anybody was part of that impromptu stream last night, I made a clock, a wood clock. So still working on it. Needs more battery power. So I'm going to upgrade. I think I'll just hook it directly to the wall, and we'll see what happens. What's up, Stevie? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Clues-a-Klein, or there's a couple really interesting ones. But good to see you, Pixel. Number 1, barbecue sauce and a Coke, please. Thank you. What's up, Sleazy? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you are well, sir. Mimi, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm excited about the Russiagate ones, not gonna lie. So, hey, Linda, I hope your I hope your headache's better. Hope you're doing a little bit better today. See, you're still gonna be lurking, but that's cool. Glad to have you watching. Mystic, hello. Plenty, Belandris. But good to see you, buddy. Plenty is the correct answer. What's up, Jonathan? Mistress Meg, good to see you. Hey, Leanie, what's up? Soy Mafia. GPT is full. Huh. I don't know what that means, but the hell are you talking about, Darth? I know that these are concepts that you can't keep up with, but I try and make them Darthable. But what's up, buddy? Good to see you. That's the point. Engage the brain. We have too many dumbasses walking around. We need to use our brains. Not that any of my audience is a dumbass, but John D, good to see you. Oh, there's a dumbass audience member. I lied. There is one. That's what I can use it. Darth it down. I will dart things down into bite-sized bits. This ain't the place for learning? Yeah. Engage the brain. Right. You continue to drop in, so I must be doing something right. You even said you liked me the other day. Don't think I don't remember that. All right. Let's look at the poll, and then we'll get started. Perfect. Perfect shade. Wouldn't want it any other way. Fantastic. I'll take that poll because then I don't have to change everything. So, where's my video? Okay, so light speed cap. That's not the one I wanted. Okay, so we're going to watch this video and comment throughout to totally transform the content. What's up, Daisy Girl? 100% agree. No, I'm going to clip it because you were definitely talking about me. So this is kind of a long video, but it's a pretty good video, and we'll break it up and so this is about light speed creating paradoxes. So when we don't understand something, obviously we have a paradox of, well, this can't reasonably exist. Like we can't, like for instance, if you're on a different planet or orbiting at a different speed, then time will slow down or speed up those kinds of things. So let's watch and we'll get in there.
To circle the globe 7 times in just 1 second. In 3, to fly to the moon and back. Why, to dash through the starry arms of the galaxy within mere hours. Such incredibly fast journeys will open up to us when we approach the speed of light. But even if you sit down at the helm of a brand new faster-than-light.
So what it was talking about there is with light speed, you could do 7 revolutions of the Earth or moon and back. So yes, 3 Earth seconds. So, and that's where it gets confusing because a second is a second, but it isn't a second. Could be a third. Ha. So that's where we start getting into it. So that's a good start. I really like this. It's called, oh hell, who is the guy? Riddle. That's what I thought. Riddle. And they have millions of subscribers, so they don't care about me stealing their content, hopefully. I mean, transforming their content. How many centimeters per second is light speed? Well, it's 300,000 meters per second. Is the quote-unquote speed of light. Which is flawed at best in its own. So the speed of light is, people say that it's absolute. I plead the fifth on some things. XCOMer, get back on. We stopped and waited for you. They're doing a breaking news on TV from U.S. Attorney Ree Biden. Ooh. Because I hate to miss something like that, but also AG Garland to speak amid calls for special counsel. Said it was supposed to be it. Holy shit, they're going to impeach Biden. I have asked multiple times, multiple different things, multiple different contacts that I have, because let's face it, I'm new. I have limited contacts. So I've asked repeatedly to reach out to Joe Neerman. I would love to debate Joe Neerman or even talk with him. It doesn't have to be a formal debate. I think it'd be fascinating to talk to him. So, Darth, if you can make Joe do it, have him reach out, buddy. I'd do it anytime, any day of the week, man. Because I would love to. I love to talk to. That's a bad way of putting it. I love to talk to people that don't necessarily understand, so I can try and help them because I have a decent grasp on those sorts of things. So let's not get too sidetracked, but this is Mighty Meat. I don't know when you subscribe, but good to see you, and hope you enjoy the content. What's up, Just Dawn? So let's watch like 2 minutes of this, maybe, then we'll get back to it, just because Daisy brought it up. Holy shit. Oh, I'm sorry, Shade. I'm trying to listen. Welcome to President Kamala Harris. Pixel, did you change your name? Yeah. Looks like it. Holy shit. Whoa. I know, I'm still playing with frickin' Pokemon cards. Sorry. I'll mute for a second. Oh shit. Sorry, guys. I thought I shared it. Damn it.
Attorney Lausch
I'm
and
an
his
idiot.
team of
Sorry.
prosecutors and agents have
Let's go back.
President Biden's counsel informed Mr. Lausch that those documents were among other records from the period of the president's service as vice president. The FBI went to the location and secured those documents. On January 5th, 2023, Mr. Lausch briefed me on the results of his initial investigation and advised me that further investigation by a special counsel was warranted. Based on Mr. Lausch's initial investigation, I concluded that under the special counsel regulations, it was in the public
You can hear it
interest
now,
to
correct?
appoint a special counsel. In the days since, while Mr. Lausch continued the investigation, the department identified Mr. Herr for appointment as special counsel. This morning, President Biden's personal counsel called Mr. Lausch and stated that an additional document bearing classification markings was identified at the president's personal residence in Wilmington, Delaware. When I first contacted Mr. Lausch about this matter, he said he could lead the initial investigation, but would be unable to accept any longer-term assignment because he would be leaving the department in early 2023
Of course.
for the private sector. U.S. Attorney Lausch and his team of prosecutors and agents have conducted this initial investigation with professionalism and speed. I am grateful to them. Earlier today, I signed an order appointing Robert Herr as special counsel for the matter I've just described. The document authorizes him to investigate whether any person or entity violated the law in connection with this matter. Special counsel will not be subject to the day-to-day supervision of any official of the department, but he must comply with the regulations, procedures, and policies of the department. Mr. Herr has a long and distinguished career as a prosecutor. In 2003, he joined the department's criminal division, where he worked on counterterrorism, corporate fraud, and appellate matters. From 2007 until 2014, Mr. Herr served as an assistant U.S. attorney for the District of Maryland, where he prosecuted matters ranging from violent crime to financial fraud. In 2017,
The volume's all the way up on the video. I'm not licking the mic. Now we broke it. We broke the internet. Damn it.
As the Principal Associate Deputy Attorney General.
He's so quiet.
In 2018, he was nominated and confirmed to serve as a U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland. As U.S. Attorney, he supervised some of the department's more important national security, public corruption, and other high-profile matters. I will ensure that Mr. Herr receives all the resources he needs to conduct his work. As I have said before, I strongly believe that the normal processes of this department can handle all investigations with integrity. But under the regulations, the extraordinary circumstances here require the appointment of a special counsel for this matter. This appointment underscores for the public the department's commitment to both independence and accountability in particularly sensitive matters, and to making decisions.
Okay, so snap judgment, and I said only a couple minutes, and hopefully that's not as loud. I had now what big fake shit news will they try to deflect with or take the heat off? Well, I think it's other than that. I think that in order to hem up Trump, they have to take him seriously too. So they're sacrificing Biden for Trump. Like, I think they're using it to get to Donald Trump. That's my personal 1 second thought. Yeah, I know it's really loud. Hopefully it's better now, because I didn't have the noise gate on, so everything was. Yeah, so the other thing with I might know what's going on. Give me 1 second. The other thing is with StreamYard, you cannot change volume inputs at all. Like, it does it by itself. Okay, that should be. I hope that's better. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that. Pokemon cards. So I was out and I stopped and grabbed Pokemon cards, and so I already had Radiant Charizard and Radiant Blastoise, and I needed Radiant Venusaur, and I pulled Radiant Venusaur, so I had to put it in the case. But so I was really excited. Definitely better. Okay, I apologize, guys. All right, so that's the breaking. They're going to fry Biden to make it so Trump can't run. That's my thought. I don't know. Okay, so let's get back to the original topic at hand. My apologies for my outburst. This is my own time. My time with my friends.
To circle the globe 7 times in just 1 second. In 3, to fly to the moon and back. Why, to dash through the starry arms of the galaxy within mere hours. Such incredibly fast journeys will open up to us when we approach the speed of light. But even if you sit down at the helm of a brand new faster-than-light spacecraft, weird and creepy things will start happening to it even before it reaches its top speed. And when it does travel with the speed of light...
If you were going... Well, no, because it's... What is it, 50,000? Should know this, but I want to make sure. So 100,000 light years. So it'd take us 100,000 years. So yes, that is incorrect. That's a great place for it to stop.
You'll regret it. In this video, you'll find out, why does approaching the speed of light feel like an acid trip? How did scientists manage to go even faster than that? And why won't you really want to travel almost as fast as light, and will absolutely hate it if you beat its speed? In the future, we'll be able to fly over to our colonies on Mars in just 10 minutes if we reach just half the speed of light, 150,000 kilometers per second. No theory.
And that takes about 6 months now. So.
And physics forbids it. So what can be the problem? Well, for a start, it'll look bizarre. Actually, I'd like to ask you to move a bit away from your screen to stay safe. Scientists from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology developed this unique video game to help us understand what we'll see and feel when we approach the speed of light. Why does the game take place in a strange village with giant mushrooms and cloaked cultists? Don't even ask.
Great question. So, accelerating and decelerating are two of the biggest hurdles to the speed of light. Theoretically, we can't get to the speed of light because that would break most of the natural laws, since you can't accelerate a mass to the speed of light. So there's all kinds of theoretical questions. We have to get faster than we are now, which is in that 21,000 kilometers per hour top. But yeah, we're never going to actually get anywhere close to speed of light. This is all just thought exercise. To accelerate and decelerate would take you so long. So they say 10 minutes. That's okay. So we leave Earth, we're already at speed of light, and we get there, like you see in Star Wars, for example. But that's not accurate. You'd have to accelerate, and then when you get there, decelerate. And decelerating seems to be more of an issue, because how is that going to work? So, so you're talking about a phenomena where you couldn't possibly decelerate. Like, it would still take you to safely accelerate and decelerate. It would probably still take you about the 6 months, just because you'd have to do that. The best thing to do would be space-time. If you could mold space-time, and that's where we get into things like wormholes, where you can ripple or mold space-time to make it so that you can cheat the system, because just going that fast is not reasonable. So yes, and went over to Rumble and hit that thumbs up.
The main thing here is this game demonstrates all the effects of approaching the speed of light, but it doesn't require the gamer to gain speed. Instead, light itself slows down in virtual space. According to Einstein's relativity theory, it's the same thing. With each orb you collect, you travel 3,000 kilometers per second faster. And as soon as you reach just 20% of the speed of light, your surroundings suddenly start to transform. All things in front of you become visibly lighter and more purple. And if you look back while going at such a speed, you'll see a bleak red
the only
landscape.
time travel is
What's going on? You're witnessing the Doppler effect, the one that makes galaxies drifting farther from Earth seem to redden and fade, and the ones that are moving.
And we've talked about redshifting galaxies moving away. And yes, this is legit time travel. We'll get into some of the different paradoxes with aging and stuff like that I tried to explain. It is very... light speed, in my opinion, is very much more than a mushroom trip. I think it's close to a DMT trip. I think that's the kind of... haven't done DMT, want to. Anybody has a hookup, hook me up, brother.
Closer, like Andromeda, look more purple.
Andromeda is going to collide with the Milky Way in the next, I think, 10,000 years. So we won't be here, but they're so vast that it probably won't make much of an interruption. Just a fun fact.
At just half the speed of light, the Doppler effect will gift you with infrared and ultraviolet vision, basically turning your journey into an acid trip. And when you turn your head right or left, you'll literally see the spectrums change in real time.
They're not drugs. DMT's not a drug.
Whoa. Although in the real world, outside this cute game, you'll be dead by...
I've always wanted to do DMT because I hear it's fascinating. There's a ayahuasca retreat in Peru that I really want to go to. I need to do Joe Rogan numbers, and then maybe Joe will take me to Peru.
By then, scientists are used to calling space a vacuum, but
Thank you,
in
Impish.
reality, it's not entirely true. Of course, one can't breathe there, but outer space is not empty. And I'm not talking about meteors. Between Earth and the Moon, each cubic meter of so-called vacuum contains up to 10 million atoms, and every single one of them will turn into an invisible bullet as soon as you start speeding up towards Mars.
Exactly. So that's one of the common myths or misconceptions or dumbed down of the entire thing. What's up, Levy? Is there's nothing in space. Well, there's atmosphere in space all the way. Our atmosphere extends past the moon, and there's certain atmospheres all the way out. So.
At 20% of the speed of light, the beautiful purple shift won't be the only thing you'll see. There'll also be some lovely explosions on your spaceship's coating. Each such explosion is triggered by a single heavy atom like oxygen. As for the light nuclei of hydrogen, the most abundant atoms in space, they'll pierce the coating and turn the inside of your spaceship into a radioactive zone more dangerous than Chernobyl.
Yeah, it would be radioactive Swiss cheese very, very quickly.
By the time you reach half the speed of light, your spaceship will turn into a wreck carrying scorched radioactive passengers on board. On the bright side, a single speck of dust will be enough to end your suffering. At such a speed, colliding with a speck of dust will be equal to a thermonuclear bomb explosion. And while scientists plan
Hey, what's up, man, bud?
for colliding with single atoms is to use protective screens in front of a spaceship, there's no salvation against a cosmic dust particle.
Acoustics. You use sound waves in front of it. Which could be detrimental and really hard, but that's the only way that I can conceivably think of doing it.
So, no, you definitely won't be able to travel to Mars in 10 minutes. Unless, at your own peril, you want to try and rush from the borders of the solar system to the interstellar medium now explored by the Voyager space probes. With data from their sensors,
Which is awesome.
scientists learned that a cubic meter there only contains 1,000 to 100,000 atoms, a mere trifle. So, if we make our spacecraft very narrow and then put a conic shield in front of it to protect its coating from mini explosions, we might even take our chances in this cosmic gamble and try to go faster than half the speed of light. And then all we'll have left to do is pray we don't stumble across any rogue particle. But when we speed up like this, we'll be in for even more surprising and harmful effects. So, what will we see if we try to reach or even beat the speed of light? For starters,
Yes, cosmic condom. Something to protect just the tip.
let's go back to the MIT game and collect more orbs. For science, at 80% of the speed of light, the incredibly bright Doppler spot makes it hard to look ahead. It's as if someone burned through the very fabric of space with a giant cigar. But no matter what, you don't want to look back. All you'll see there is an all-consuming blackness following you. You see, at this point, it's so hard for ordinary light to keep up with you from your point of view. It's turning into invisible radio waves. But the most...
Yeah, so, and that was the atoms passing each other, or particles passing each other, the review I did to Dance's video. You wouldn't see anything because they couldn't catch up.
unusual effect of approaching the speed of light will only reveal itself if we turn the Doppler effect off. It looks like a jump drive from sci-fi. Distant objects get even farther away. The view stretches, and you sweep to your destination at a colossal speed. But wait, The relativity theory says it should all be different. Einstein believed that an observer on board a ship approaching the speed of light should see everything in front of them shrink and flatten. Even Earth will seem to be a disk rather than an orb
Flat Earth.
to such a traveler. Yes, flat earthers, your time has come. Einstein is on your side, but turns out he missed one point. According to that same relativity theory, when you're approaching the speed of light, time slows down for you significantly. This means photons from different parts of objects in front of you reach your eyes with a significant delay. That's why the view stretches. But Einstein made sure we never noticed his blunder. The theory of relativity also implies that the closer our spacecraft is to
The theory of relativity is all but debunked in scientific circles at this point. Very interesting, very, very good for his time, but with the information provided, it's
the speed of light, the more it will weigh. The reason is that the energy we use for acceleration sort of turns into mass. Calculations show that at 90% of the speed of light, the spacecraft will weigh twice as much. That means it'll need more energy to accelerate. But this will give it even more mass. Long story short, Einstein is relentless. Whether you're a person or a ship, if you have any mass, it's physically impossible to reach and much less exceed the speed of light.
right. You can never get there. So
But wait, what about all the news reporting on astronomers and physicists witnessing something that has overcome the light barrier? This faint speck is one of the oldest known galaxies. Scientists estimate it to be 13,400,000,000 years old, but its redshift matches the distance of 32 billion light years. That doesn't add up at all. Apparently, an entire galaxy with millions of stars flew away from us twice as fast as the speed of light, ending up so far away. So why can't we do the same thing? The answer lies in the anomalous behavior of the universe itself. If we expanded evenly, like a soap bubble, we would only see space inside.
about what? Which one? I want to talk to Joe. Darth said he can make it happen. I would love to talk to Joe. Like, I asked Hayden, and Hayden's like, well, Joe doesn't believe that gravity exists. I said, I don't think gravity exists either in the spatial thought that we have of gravity. So I would love to talk to Good Logic.
This small circle, the Hubble limit. But almost all the objects we see through our telescopes are 3 times farther away.
Yes. And no. And yes. If you think of space, fantastic, let's bring it. Because Einstein was wrong. Brilliant man, wrong. So back to this. Yes. So if you think of space as a fabric, which is why we're bringing in the dimensional characteristics. If you think of space as a fabric, if you pull the fabric together, you have less distance to travel. No, I get what you're saying, buddy. Yes. Well, I don't doubt that, but could be satin. I like velvet. Can we make it velvet?
From the point of view of Earth, as many as 97% of galaxies escape the Hubble limit, as if they had overcome this light barrier. But
exactly, like we are as well. We're working with incomplete information. i.e., simulation theory. Yeah, he was right on his time with the information that he had present. So, well, probably. Doesn't Joe have something against Einstein, though, because he was German? Might be something there, guys.
In truth, this incredible speed is an attribute not of the galaxies, but of the space between them, which continues to expand faster and faster. You see, it doesn't have any mass to abide by Einstein's laws. But neutrinos, which are subatomic particles, do have mass, albeit a tiny one. And in 2011, scientists behind the OPERA experiment, working with the Large Hadron Collider, observed a neutrino beam that flew into detectors at a faster than light speed of 307,000 kilometers per second. This caused an uproar among scientists, but it was short-lived. It turned out that the scientists had simply fixed a connector of one of the cables a bit too loose. Although astronomers wouldn't care about an insignificant break of the light barrier by a meager couple percent, after all, they've long been monitoring a supermassive black hole in the nucleus of the M87 galaxy, spitting out a plasma jet at 6 times the speed of light. What do you say to that, Einstein?
M87 is fascinating. A fascinating galaxy. Could be a whole topic.
And oddly enough, such faster-than-light jets only confirm his conclusions. In truth, the plasma...
Blandris, I appreciate it. I think I pinned the link, didn't I? I thought I did. Yep.
Plasma jet doesn't move faster than 85% of the speed of light, and two things make it look like it's faster: our viewing angle and the illusion of distorted time caused by, you guessed it, one of the relativistic effects described in Einstein's theory. But should we decide to break his rules and try to at least reach the speed of light?
Hey, what's up, Shizzy? Shade, and Impish. Oh, gotcha, Belandris. Yeah, it's just, I can only pin one thing, so. So there's two different types of scientists. There's ones that are know-it-all and assholes, and then there are people that, like some of my friends in the industry, that are great and will say they're the first people to get it wrong. And if a scientist ever tells you that they know the answer, they're lying, because they don't, more than likely. They have a theory, but so much is unsettled and so much is not available. So,
light in our unscientific spaceship, we'll see this in absolute blackness. It'll last an eternity, because at the speed of light, the time dilation effect becomes infinite. In other words, at the speed of light, any traveler will forever be frozen alive in one moment, like Han Solo in Carbonite. But is there really no hope of breaking this ice? Seeking to exceed the speed of light, scientists have come up with a few ingenious tricks, but if you try to use them, beware of paradoxes. In truth, there already exists a perfect...
Paradoxes are science's way of saying we have no clue.
Scientific method of flying from Earth to the closest star system, Alpha Centauri, in 4 days instead of 4 years. In the mid-90s, physicist Sergei Krasnikov suggested using a spaceship equipped with a special energy drill and tunnel space passages with warped spacetime. This kind of Krasnikov tube will allow ordinary spaceships to travel between stars within hours. But what if we took a superluminal tunnel with us? Almost simultaneously with Krasnikov, in 1994, Mexican physicist Miguel Alcubierre had a brainwave while watching the Star Trek series. In it, the Starship Enterprise.
Alcubierre is one of the underrated. He's really smart. Really smart.
Uses a warp engine to distort the space around it and travel 100%. Faster than light. Alcubierre also remembered faraway galaxies.
I'll try and talk Dan into coming on, and you can see a real scientist that's not an asshole.
That seem to be moving faster than light, and eventually develop a real-life warp engine. The engine uses a special method to shrink the space ahead and expand it behind. The difference in pressure creates a warped space bubble, which theoretically can move even 100 times faster than light, and without contradicting Einstein's postulates at that. You see, a traveling spaceship will essentially stay in the same place without gaining extra relativist mass. So why haven't we built our own USS Enterprise yet? Or at least drilled out a network of...
Yeah, their clips aren't the best, but they definitely... I think they do a good job explaining and following the bouncing ball. So... Yeah, we would have to get, we'd have to be good.
Of Krasnikov tunnels.
I just wouldn't let them
the problem is that as fuel, both of these projects require negative energy. It's a mathematical paradox that currently exists only in physicists' equations. Although one of them, German theorist Erich Lenz, came up with a way of overcoming the exotic fuel catch and created a very similar warp bubble, but he used normal energy. Although there is a rub. In order to speed a spacecraft up so that it goes faster than light, one would have to fuel it with hundreds of Jupiters. And I don't recall USS Enterprise gobbling up planets before each warp jump. However...
And that's the thing, we'd have to get so... Yeah, like that. Dilithium crystals yet? Yeah. And that's the thing. You'd have to have so much mass to accelerate. And then this isn't even taking into account slowing down. So
NASA is quite serious about building a warp ship one day, as long as it can significantly suppress the engine's appetite with the help of new discoveries. At the same time, a group of researchers from the University of Adelaide has spent many years working on alternative solutions to Einstein's equations that would remove the light speed limit, and their first results look promising. So, what will stop us after we overcome the speed of light? Warning, you're entering an area of mind-blowing paradoxes. Here you go, your spaceship bursting out of the eternal darkness at the speed of light and trying to gain, say, an extra 60,000 kilometers per second. But what a shame, after the time stopped when you reached the speed.
And I just caught on to what you guys were saying. Just the opposite, buddy. Yes, 100%. So to reach that kind of acceleration, we would have to become probably a type 2 civilization and harvest our sun. You're pregnant. You can't be high. Potentially. Okay, can't figure out. Oh, so it's not rainbow, it's the visible light spectrum, ladies and gents. I know it looks like we can't let the gays have the visible light spectrum. Okay. This belongs to the science, not the gays.
Speed of light. Further acceleration makes it run backwards. But that doesn't mean you're traveling into the past. It's just that your superluminal acceleration instantly turns into an ordinary slowdown. This is precisely what happens when you add a minus to mathematical formulas. So, at every new attempt to go faster than light, invariably, you'll end up being thrown back. Instead of going on a faster than light trip, you'll find yourself banging your head against the wall. Should I mention that incredible...
So did anybody understand that? Or should I explain a little bit better? You exceed the upper limits of space, time, and it reverts back in time, essentially.
Incredible overloads will turn everyone on board such a spaceship into jelly. Actually, there won't even be any jelly left. You see, photons are not simply light particles. Atoms constantly absorb and emit them when changing energy levels.
Yep.
Simply put, photons work as couriers in many chemical reactions. Plus, they help electrons make stronger molecular bonds, and you don't even tip them. So, if you try to exceed the speed of light, these photon couriers will quit, and the matter that makes up both your spaceship and you won't be able to interact with itself. As for what happens next, physicists can't say for sure. You'll either turn into a tiny cloud of dust or explode with the force of hundreds of atomic bombs, or do both at the same time. One way or another, the photon paradox...
I think it would explode because there'd be so much energy interaction, and it would be dependent on the material.
Will be the final nail in the coffin of your dream of faster-than-light travel. But what if we try to persuade the universe to allow us a more modest but just as desirable option? Well, if we can't travel at least the speed of light, let's at least exchange instant...
Oh, now we're getting into quantum fluctuations and superposition.
And faster-than-light messages with friends living near other stars. Or is that dangerous too? At first glance, physics gives us quite high hopes. In September of 2022, researchers at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in the United States announced they really exceeded the speed of light, this time for realsies. It's definitely not just clickbait. Using a special configuration of powerful lasers, they managed to accelerate photon waves in plasma to 390,000 kilometers per second. That's 30% faster than photons themselves travel. Does this mean we can expect a superluminal Wi-Fi signal in every smartphone?
Daddy Elon.
Not so fast. The catch is that it wasn't the photons that went faster than light in this experiment, but specifically the waves of them. It's a bit similar to a water ripple caused by a drop. Even when waves are quickly spreading out, water molecules in them are hardly moving. This suggests that new faster-than-light waves cannot transmit information. The only thing they can do is surprise the recipient with speed itself. Besides, in space, the trick...
Right, they can't carry packets, and in space they wouldn't have a medium to wave through, so it wouldn't work.
Won't work anyway. It requires dense heated plasma, but science does know an odd quantum effect that doesn't care about any of this. It served as the basis for the technology in the Mass Effect game series. Characters used it to communicate at any distance in real time, that is, instantly. An Earth-like exoplanet closest to us, Proxima b, is located just over 4 light-years away from Earth. We are more than likely to colonize it in the future, and while taking an ordinary spaceship...
We're never colonizing it. Shit, we can't even make it to the moon.
There will take a long time. You won't have to wait 4 years to reach out to your friend in the settlement. It's like magic. You open an end...
Oh, Xcomer said that there are new Twitter drops, so we'll be doing those tonight. So, Daddy Elon's up to a lot.
envelope containing the first part of the message on Earth, and an unknown quantum force instantly opens an envelope with the second part for your friend on Proxima. That happens much faster than light travels.
Robot suit. I'm not making a robot suit. It's not going to happen. I do want a mystic to let me get this. Chat, help me out. Help a brother out. Oh, shit. Where'd it go? I guess I can keep you guys entertained while I'm looking for it.
So Einstein really hated such long-distance communication. Anyway, in 2022, the Nobel Prize in Physics.
Quantum entanglement. I've been trying to avoid this. I want this so bad. Yeah, we'll do it at 8:30 for sure, buddy. I want this so bad. They make it for you like custom. It's an Apollo spacesuit. I would wear that thing to stream every single time. Yeah, it's a woke joke. But talk Mystic into let me get it.
Was awarded for quantum entanglement for irrefutable proof of the possibility of this phenomenon. If you use it to entangle two particles, then if the first particle changes its state, the state of the second one becomes instantly known, despite any obstacles and distances. But there is one problem. To enable instant communication, two particles have to be entangled on Earth, with one of them given to your Cephalor friend who would deliver it to Proxima B.
Well, not. Well, you probably are a horse. But a car can't look cool on stream. So, you wouldn't necessarily have to have that on Earth and then send it to Proxima. You would just have to find the matching particle. So every particle has a matching entangled particle. So that's the problem.
And finally, measure its state at a previously agreed moment. But the message will only be meaningful if you and your friend agree in advance on what you want to say to each other. Simply put, just opening quantum entangled envelopes doesn't provide enough context for communication. Besides, when you open the envelopes once, you'll disrupt the quantum bond between them and won't be able to restore it. In Mass Effect, the problem was solved with the help of fictional particles that remained entangled no matter what, but that only created another problem.
And the quantum entanglement, the entangled particles, we'll get into that for sure, but it is possible to do them like packets. That's what they do at the D-Wave computers, and do binary packets. So
I'll make sure this stays just between us.
Thanks, Commander.
I'm kidding. I'll go tell the galaxy what we've done.
I'm afraid I have some bad news for Commander Shepard. You see, a simple chat with friends could have resulted in the commander unintentionally destroying the universe they were trying to save so desperately. To understand why faster-than-light communication is so dangerous, let's consult German professor Hermann Minkowski, who taught math to Albert Einstein himself. We're going to look at his diagrams, a simple...
I've never played Mass Effect. Is it worth playing? Because I'm looking for a game right now.
simplified representation of space and time. The horizontal line is space, the vertical line is time, and the yellow diagonal at an angle of exactly 45 degrees is the already familiar light barrier. To travel from Earth to Proxima B, your friend will take a very fast spaceship that doesn't exceed the speed of light, so they won't cross the yellow light barrier line. But while they're on the road, you decide to use your superluminal transmitter and instantly share your thoughts on your favorite show's finale. From your point of view, the message will only cross the light barrier horizontally. Bear that in mind. But your friend is not happy. They were going to binge watch the show when they'd reach Proxima, so they used their faster-than-light transmitter to ask you to shut up and keep spoilers to yourself.
Obviously.
You might be a bit hurt, but the universe will be so annoyed it'll literally collapse. The thing is, your friend's instant faster-than-light message arrived on Earth even before you got to send yours. But how come it crossed the light barrier at an angle and not horizontally? It's not a mistake. It's just that on board a ship approaching the speed of light, your friend is experiencing the effects of space-time warping we were talking about at the beginning. As a result, the straight horizontal line on their Minkowski diagram really runs right onto the past of Earth.
So it dilates or changes the direction of space-time because you're actually changing space-time.
So they'll tell you to shut up with your show spoilers even before you manage to write anything. But if you don't send your message to your friend, you won't be able to receive their reply, which you've already read. And no, you didn't invent a time machine here. You just created a paradox that, as some scientists believe, could destroy space-time itself. Despite its name, the speed of light has nothing to do with light.
Could actually break space-time in on itself, and it could destroy the entire universe.
It's the maximum speed of causality with which parts of the universe are able to interact. And relative to its gigantic size, it is very small indeed. But there's nothing to be done. When we try to overcome the barrier of causality, it's not without reason that we go blind from bright colors, gain infinite mass, and freeze in time with a break in quantum bonds. The universe itself goes to great lengths to protect itself at all costs from the paradoxes that destroy space-time itself.
Which is why we live in a simulation, in my opinion.
But what if we're more careful? In theory, we could send instant messages to other stars without transmitting any information that could in any way violate causality. That is, we would have to talk about something very general, say, discuss the weather, or grumble about Einstein being right again. But this implies that if we somehow bypassed the light barrier on our own and went on a superluminal journey through the galaxy, we would have to erase the traveler's memories, lest they talk too much when they arrive at their destination and destroy the universe. Tell me, would you want to fly to the stars if you had to sacrifice all the memories of your life?
Sure, why not? So, pretty good channel. It's got some good stuff. It lacks in certain things, but it's pretty good. Okay, so to finish up, I am going to do this whiteboard. So with this space-time stuff, we'll definitely hit that again. So trying to think. Yes, always avoid hospitals. They suck. So we're back over here at whiteboard. Shit. I know I can make a line. So we have 1D space. So there's one dimension. Okay. We're all still here, right? Then we add in a second dimension. So this is a lady, a might be Stevie. I don't know. Yeah, we'll make it Stevie. There you go. Okay, so there's Stevie. So, if Stevie has a box with a present in it, so this person in 2D space has no idea that we can see from 3D space. They think that this is a locked box. So right here, big lock on it, nobody can get in. So let's say there's a priceless gem in that box. I know I messed up. Just, it's fine. Okay, so there's a priceless gem in the box. So they think that this is secure because this is all they know, right? But I can reach in from the third dimension and I can take this priceless artifact and they would have no idea, and they would have no idea how I got in there, right? So then we take in a 3D box. Oh, it does it for you? If you're terrible at drawing like me? Oh, no, almost. So let's do the little 3D box thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, beautiful. Now we have a 3D box. Isn't that wonderful? So if Stevie puts this priceless gem in here, all right? So Stevie puts this priceless gem in here. This is, I feel like the chat is not even paying attention anymore. Can we focus, fuckus? So if this would be like you putting it in a safe, okay? So there's a safe, and there's a combination. So what's in the box? What's in the box is a priceless gem. So in our three-dimensional space, Stevie thinks that the three-dimensional box is secured. There's no way in it, right? Well, if you are looking at the space-time dimension, which is our fourth dimension, then at some point this box will be open, even if it's when you're placing it in, or if we can dilate that time to open it up. Yes, Linda is perfect. Yes, a quantum gem. There you go. Linda is always paying attention. So if we look into the fourth dimension, which is space-time, then we can get in. So my theory is we can see the first dimension, we can see the second dimension, we can obviously see the third dimension because we live in it, and we have a slight understanding of the fourth. I don't know. Did you? Did you send me a TikTok? I haven't been on TikTok at all. Right. So it would look bizarre to us, just like if Stevie here is in the second dimension and he thinks everything's flat. Like, him comprehending that there's a third dimension is insane. Him comprehending a fourth is even worse. So when we get up to fifth and sixth, so there's supposedly 10 dimensions. So if we get to the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, I just don't think we have the information to process to get to those dimensions. But there's some very interesting science on it. And I had a TikTok for like 5 seconds. You sent me 50 TikToks? I created everything when I started the channel. So, what's up, Greedy? So I did an email, a TikTok, a this, a that, 400 other million freaking things, locals, Rumble, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, up to the 10th dimension, and we'll explore this a little bit more. There are some 5D shapes. Actually, I can bring up a 5D shape. Maybe, if I can find it. Oh, shit. I just had... So we'll work on it. I just wanted to start the time dilation type stuff. So... and we have zero clue at all what the 5th dimension would look like. So this is kind of what 5-dimensional space would look like. So it makes zero sense. It would be so intertwined and interconnected. Think of this as a multi-dimensional hold in your hand shape. So yes, there are 10 dimensions, theoretically. Some of us can grasp the 4th dimension, like myself. And I can even look into the 5th dimension and have a general understanding of the 5th dimension. But after 5, I'm lost completely. Star Trek transporters freak me out. You die every time. Yeah. And that concept, yeah, you're not you. You're just a separation of you. You're just a reconstitution of you. So they're not, it has nothing to do with you. I'll look for, there's a picture, like a 5D jug, that I'll look into too. What else? I'm reading your chance. That is true as well. You cannot die if you weren't ever there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, AP. Some people do. Most people have no idea. So, yeah, transporters are interesting. Again, I don't think terribly viable, but who knows? So, and tell the people on Rumble, I don't know how Rumble's new chat feature works. So if somebody's chatting, I sincerely apologize. It says live chat, but I haven't seen anything. So maybe nobody's chatting, but if you are and I'm missing it, I'll try and figure that out. So. Good question. What's your crazy idea? Well, just DM me. Send me a message on Discord. And remember, people, crowdfund me a spacesuit. I will love you forever. So we'll jump into it a little bit. I know we were talking about it in different shows and stuff like that. So I certainly wanted to touch on it and start at least a train of thought in that direction. So I'm going to get off here for now. We will be covering those spicy Twitter drops tonight with Mr. Valhalla Waits. I hope everybody has a great day. I think Hayden's coming up in about an hour and a half here. And we will see you all then. Thanks for showing up. Hit the like on your way out. And have a good day. Bye.